Let's talk about Arsenal as well, because obviously a very difficult start to the season. A 6-0 win in the league, the EFL Cup, in the week against West Brom, which obviously doesn't paper over all of the cracks, but it was certainly what they needed. Odegaard's come through. You've got Emil Smith Rowe. They were able to play together last year, but when we talk about rotation, is that something that Arsenal are going to have to do? Are you going to be able to fit both of these players in the team for the rest of the season?
I think you have to. You simply have to. Odegaard's probably the one signing that really makes sense for Arsenal because he was very good for him. He's cheap. He's still young. ESR is probably one of their best players in terms of his output's really good. He's busy and he can play along that front, well, the front three, or the three in behind the striker. And Arsenal need to create chances. They don't look like they're going to score goals for the next 2 seasons. So having 2 creative players is just beneficial, and both of them can play off the right. ESI in particular can play off the right. The worry is then what do you do with Pepe? I honestly just think in this window, Arsenal have gone, what's available? Let's chuck it all in and figure out what happens. I personally,
I disagree with that. I think that's a little harsh. I think it's not working right now, and it looks pretty bad. But I think all of the profile of the players that they've bought this time round, I think fit what they should be doing.
But my thing is like we're talking about Odegaard and ESR. The only reason we're saying can they survive together is because Arsenal went and bought Odegaard and have ESR already, who's probably like their breakout talent. They then went and got Ben White, and they definitely needed someone like Ben White, but he's suited to a back 3, not a back 2, as we've already seen against Brentford. And then on top of that, the other few players they've bought, I just don't believe they're the players Arsenal need. Arsenal need a striker, right? I know they've got Aubameyang, and they had a stinker paying him a load of cash because I just don't think that's working anymore. They need a front. They don't score goals, man. Like
I know a striker who's available, and he's only going to cost you 50 million for a season. Ronaldo to Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal fans, you'd absolutely love that. I get what you're saying. I just think, I think what's very clear with Arsenal is there needs to be a lot of growth very quickly, and Arteta needs to. That's on his shoulders. I think the good thing for Arsenal fans is this is the last of that very tricky 2 ties, obviously, in the last 2 weeks after that defeat to Brentford. Let's get your score prediction on this one then before we move on to your team. How do you see this one playing out? Is there any way that you see Arsenal getting something out of this? I know they've really struggled in the past. I think Man City have had 9 clean sheets out of the last 11 between the two.
Yeah, this is a fixture that City have always dominated in recent times. I'll tell you what, though, it'd be peak Arsenal if Cristiano Ronaldo somehow got registered in time for this game. They had the Lukaku debut, they had the Brentford debut in the Premier League, and then they get Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't see Arsenal getting anything out of this. I think it'll be a tighter game than we expect. I'll go 2-0 City. I imagine you're going to go the exact same. I don't feel like you're that confident in Arteta either.
No. I mean, surely not. Please play a back 3. Just please. Just put, like, the big problem last week, Reece James had so much space. Saka, I mean, and again, these are just numbers. It's as much as saying, Saka, could you please track back now so Tierney can be a bit more comfortable? They need to be a bit more resolute to allow themselves to counterattack. And if they do that, you never know. But I also probably know that Man City will win this one as well. I think you're right. I think
you never know, but you probably know.
I like to give the olive branch of hope to the Arsenal fans, and then go, I'm really sorry about this. I'm going to have to drop it. So yeah, I think we're both going for Arsenal in that one. Hi guys, James Alcott here from ESPN's Football Forecast. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to check out more, make sure you subscribe to ESPN UK.